Hi everyone, welcome to our virtual open house. I wish that I could meet you all in person, but of course the coronavirus continues to kind of throw our school year in for a surprise. So we'll just talk briefly about some things that I would like you to know. So the first thing is all about me. My name is Grade-C Keller. This is my 6th year teaching, and it's my 5th year teaching 1st grade. I have a daughter on the way in December. I have lots of experience with various learning styles. I've taught a class that had majority EL students, so most of them spoke no English at all, and the rest of my children did speak English. So it was a challenge to provide visuals and communicate with those students who needed more assistance because language was a barrier. I taught kindergarten for a year and then looped up with that class to 1st grade, and then I also taught an inclusion class where I assisted students in social and emotional learning. So things like anger management, or just, being kind to others and learning to control our feelings, because school is so much more than just academics. I encourage you guys, if you ever need to get in touch with me, to email me or message me on Remind. Remind is really the better platform to contact me. It's just easier for me to see your messages and get back to you quicker. I often check this throughout the day, but if I'm teaching, you'll notice that it will take longer for me to reply to your message, but usually it's within the end of the day. So if you have not signed up for that yet, please do. There's some information on the next slide that can help you to sign up, and you'll find the code in the packet that comes home. But most of you are signed up already, so we've already began to communicate on that platform, and we can continue to. But if email is easier for you, that works too. In our class, we do have class promises opposed to rules. They are to have a calm body, stay in their own area, keep the classroom clean, do their very best, and listen to the teacher. I like to call them promises because rules seem like things that you can break, and promises we don't break. So we will do these things in our classroom. Students do have a chicken that moves through their barn in accordance with their conduct. So this is our conduct chart that we use as a visual to help them know where they are for the day. So each student will start on A, and that is just in the barn. They can move up to an A+ for excellent behavior, and that will move their chicken into the clouds. And then students who break the class promises will move their conduct to a B, C, D, or F in accordance with those behaviors. It just depends. Their conduct grades will reflect on their conduct calendar, so it's a red little booklet that comes home each night in their binder, and if you guys can sign that and look over it, that would be very helpful to me. Reward the good behavior and then discipline the misbehavior accordingly. Also, it's really up to you guys to reinforce the importance of being good at school so that we can ensure that successful learning is taking place. A little bit about how we start our day. When the students come into the classroom, they can eat breakfast. It is free this year for every student. So if your child's a car rider, just make sure that they get there early enough that they can actually get breakfast and eat it. When they come into the classroom, they will unpack, take their binder out, and it's their responsibility to check their binder. If there's anything that needs to be turned into me, they can put it in my mailbox, which is just a little red bucket. I do not check their binders, so please make sure that your child knows when you send something back to school and it's important that they have to give it to me. It's their responsibility. If you feel like maybe you need to just send me a message to let me know, hey, this is coming to school, then I'll look in their binder. But because of interventions starting right when the students come in, I don't have the chance to check their binders. After they come in, get unpacked, eat their breakfast, they begin their journal, which is just some daily practice writing. This is our class schedule, so you guys can know a little bit more about our day. We do math, we do skills, which is our phonics curriculum, where they'll learn those letter sounds, blends, letter teams, and just some reading strategies. And then we also do something called the comprehension block. It's a mixture of guidebooks, which is our comprehension curriculum. So it's texts that are a little bit higher level than 1st grade, so it's more complex. So it's usually something that the teacher reads, and then students have to comprehend those type of things. And then social living is a mixture of history and science, and so we will rotate that throughout the year. We'll flip from guidebooks to social living, And what we do is we just take that, the text that we're reading, and we'll attach some comprehension questions to it, or we'll add a writing prompt just to get those, get their brains comprehending higher level text. And then we do guided reading, which is a time where we actually instruct each student on their individual reading level. They'll get to do centers if they're not with the teacher, and if they are with the teacher, we instruct on exactly what they need. Some students need a more challenging book, while others might just focus on letter sounds and different things like that. So it's very individualized. You can take a look at the schedule in case they ever have doctor's appointments or things they need to leave early for. You can see that, when would be the best time to pull them up. A little bit more about reading. Reading with your child is the most important way that your child can be successful in first grade. This is how they will gain their fluency. Our main goal at the end of first grade is that each student is a fluent reader. That means that when they go to read words, they don't need to sound them out. They can fluently read them. When they need to identify a sight word, they can read it right away, because sight words are not words that they can sound out. It's words that they should know by just looking at them, because of the memorization and drilling that you guys do at home. We have sent home a list of the kindergarten words that they should already know from kindergarten or be familiar with. So if your child does not know those words, please continue to practice those at home. Those are not words that are going to come back up in our curriculum or something that we explicitly teach. We will practice them every now and then, but it's not something that we are actually teaching your children. We also have a sight word pocket in our binder, and you'll see cards, which are cards that we write our tricky words that come up in our skills curriculum on. And you can keep those in the binder at all times. Sometimes when they finish early, I'll tell them to take those cards out so that they can practice their sight words. Epic is a really great program. It's a computer program. It's called epicbooks.com, and you can use our class code to log on to that, and there's just some like audio books on there, or books that will read to the student, and different things that they can explore with. Math, each day they will complete a problem set, which is just independent work that they do at their desk that matches what was taught in the lesson. So the problem set will come home in the keep home section of your child's binder, so that you can see what they're learning in math, and also so that they can use this to help them with homework if they need it. You'll notice sometimes that the problem set isn't completely finished. It's just how much they can do and not a lot of time. Sometimes we'll skip around and we'll only do the ones that are the most beneficial to what we were learning for that day. So don't be alarmed if they come home sometimes and parts of it are X'd out or skipped, because sometimes we do that. Math homework is not mandatory, but there is a workbook in your child's school bag that should stay there at all times. You can follow the newsletter to ensure that they're doing the correct homework pages. Each night they can do this. You can tear them out and return them to school, but I don't check it for correctness. I'll just give out lion loot, or maybe a candy or a sticker or treat for doing their homework, because the best way to solidify what they're learning is to practice at home too. A little bit more about homework. If you can't stand homework and you don't have time for it, the most important thing that you can do is read with your child every single night, whether it's them being read to by you or a sibling, or them reading to you. Just that them being able to read will really help their fluency. Reading stories are sometimes sent home for homework, and there will be questions attached that they can practice their comprehension with. These stories are considered grade level, so it should be something that they can read all by themselves. They don't need assistance with. If they are struggling and do need assistance, it's a good idea to keep those passages and just practice them more and more and more and more until it becomes second nature. Because fluency is built by practice. When you get these packets of reading comprehension practice, sometimes I will ask for them to come back to school completed, just so I can have a little quick check about how they're doing with comprehension. Spelling words will start in a few months, usually around Christmas, and they'll cover our phonics skills that we learn in class. So, for example, if we're learning the SH digraph, some of the spelling words might have SH in it. So it should be fairly easy for them to spell those words, because it's the things that we are explicitly teaching and learning for that week. Here is our grading scale. You can read over that in the packet. We do have 7 grades that are averaged each 9 weeks. Only reading and math are graded for quarter 1 and quarter 2. But after that, come January, they'll get reading, math, social living, and writing are also going to be graded. After quarter 2, teachers no longer read the test stories or questions. Occasionally on the math test, we will read the questions, and we still read directions, but we cannot read the text to the students anymore. It's up to them to be able to read it. Some extra things is just test folders will come home soon. These are green folders that consist of your child's test papers and then a sheet for you to sign and return after you've seen them. Please keep all the test papers in this folder because we like to keep them on file in our classroom. Newsletters will come home every Monday, so watch them for test dates because those change weekly. It tells us math homework assignment pages, and then also the newsletters are in there too. Please ensure that your child's keep at home divider is cleaned out every single night. We do a lot of work in first grade, so what happens is that pocket gets full, and then the next day they go to put in their work that they did for that day and it can't fit. So please clean it out, take a look at what we're doing, and that would help us out. If you want to help our class even more, we always need candy, which is rewarded for good behavior at the end of the day. So students with A get 1 candy, and if they have A+ in conduct, they get 2. And your children have been so good that I'm already running low on candy. So if you can help us out by sending a little bit, that would be very much appreciated. If you want to donate any other items to our class, we always need colored copy paper for some holiday crafts we do. Stickers, I love to give those out. And post-it notes that we use for reading to chunk up words or quickly jot down an answer to a question. And some reminders, if you have not sent your child with headphones or earbuds, please do. They use this during computer time, and we're not able to share or pass around and let others borrow our earbuds or computers. Send a coloring book for rainy day recess. Sometimes we'll stay in if it's raining or super cold, and this just gives them something else to do. We do coloring books, puzzles, different things like that. If you can, please send a water bottle to school because our water fountains are not available. So when they go outside and they're really hot after recess and they come back and they didn't bring a water bottle, there's really nothing for them to drink. Occasionally I'll have cups, but if I don't have the cups, they're kind of out of luck. So please send a water bottle if possible. They may send a snack for them to eat during recess. They eat their snack first. When they're done eating, they throw it away and they can go play on the playground. And then if you want to send your child with some hand sanitizer, you're more than welcome to do that too. We give out hand sanitizer after recess. We wash our hands at lunch. We get hand sanitizer before they go to PD and enrichment. And then we also get it when they come back. So we're keeping our hands, sanitized and washed throughout the day, as well as cleaning those desks throughout the day too. So that is it from me. Just please feel free to reach out. I love, when we can communicate and work together as a team, because that will ensure that your child is successful and happy in my classroom. So just contact me on Remind or email and let me know if you have any questions. Bye.